I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for the View host, Sunny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run. These women tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sunny Hostin is in serious trouble. Think teetering on the brink of bankruptcy kind of trouble. And just when you think it couldn't get any more dramatic, it does. Her husband? He's not just involved, he's been arrested in a jaw-dropping $450 million RICO fraud case. That's right, $500 million. So, what happened to this seemingly untouchable power couple? How did their empire start to crumble from the inside out? Buckle up, because this scandal-packed saga is just heating up, and trust me, the twists ahead are wilder than you'd ever expect.
You're married, Tom, you're married. Your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this. You guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality and equality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times does she have to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that. This is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused, but he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in there.
Sunny Hostin probably thought her most dramatic moments would be sparring over hot topics at the View's roundtable. But reality just flipped the script in the most shocking way. Compared to what's unfolding now, even the juiciest on-air debates feel like tame chatter at a Sunday school picnic. And here's where it gets wild. The drama isn't on set, it's in her personal life. Her husband, a high-profile orthopedic surgeon, is now at the center of a jaw-dropping scandal, and his so-called medical expertise might be more criminal than clinical. As financial disaster looms and legal chaos brews, this couple's picture-perfect facade is cracking fast, and the fallout? It could be catastrophic. Imagine waking up expecting your biggest challenge to be choosing an outfit for the View, only to find yourself smack in the middle of a $450 million racketeering scandal. Not exactly your average Monday morning. Your husband, once a respected orthopedic surgeon, is now accused of masterminding one of the largest insurance fraud schemes in U.S. history. And you've spent years perched on the high horse of televised moral commentary. But now that horse isn't just wobbling, it's galloping straight into a firestorm of legal drama, public scrutiny, and financial freefall. Talk about a plot twist that even daytime TV couldn't script better.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
Here's where things really start to unravel. Dr. Hostin, once seen as a trusted orthopedic surgeon, is now at the center of explosive allegations. Prosecutors claim he was raking in kickbacks for performing surgeries that may not have been necessary, or in some cases may not have happened at all. Knee replacements, shoulder repairs, if it was expensive and insurable, it was fair game. Meanwhile, insurance companies were left footing the bill for what might have been nothing. More than glorified theater. Think you were getting your ACL fixed.
You always say it's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one, this one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
So here's where the scandal really starts to feel like a twisted season of Grey's Anatomy. Except no one's saving lives, and the stakes are sky high. Dr. Hostin was allegedly pocketing fat kickbacks in exchange for performing, or pretending, to perform unnecessary medical procedures. We're talking knee surgeries, shoulder reconstructions, and anything else flashy enough to rack up a big insurance payout. But while he's allegedly cashing checks behind the scenes, Sunny Hostin is front and center on national television, trying to keep her polished persona from cracking under pressure. You'd think, with years of dissecting public scandals on The View, she'd know exactly how to navigate her own. Instead, silence. A carefully measured mix of avoidance and PR-friendly smiles. It's like she's playing the long game, waiting for the headlines to die down or the legal dust to settle, before offering even a whisper of accountability. But let's be honest, this isn't a minor family hiccup you can quietly sweep under a designer rug. When your husband's name is dropped in one of the most high-profile racketeering cases New York's ever seen, there's no comment. Elegant enough to dodge the fallout? Now, let's take a second to appreciate how utterly surreal this whole thing is. We've all seen our fair share of political scandal, resignations, leaks, tell-all memoirs. But this is a plot twist no one saw coming. We're not talking about campaign funds or shady lobbyists. We're talking full-blown health insurance, fraud, a carousel of phantom surgeries, and a man accused of turning an operating room into a gold mine. It's not just scandalous, it's bizarrely cinematic. And somehow, Sunny's still pretending it's all just business as usual.
Guys, this is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for him. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case, guys.
Forget The Godfather. This isn't organized crime in a smoky back room. This is Grey's Anatomy. If the surgeons doubled as mob bosses in white coats. And while it's tempting to point fingers at the insurance companies, those champions of compassion who've been known to deny life-saving treatments with the warmth of a brick, this time, they're not the villains. You read that right. The industry notorious for saying no to chemo but yes to corporate bonuses is, in this twisted tale, the victim, and not just once. Over and over again, allegedly billed for phantom procedures, unnecessary surgeries, and golden ticket, operations designed to funnel money into the pockets of a very real doctor with very questionable ethics. Picture it. A patient goes in for knee pain and walks out with an invoice bigger than their mortgage, if they even had surgery at all. Now, enter Sunny Hostin, the ever-composed voice of reason on The View, known for grilling politicians and public figures with razor-sharp questions. But now, the spotlight has shifted, and it's her turn in the hot seat. The irony is rich enough to be served as an entree. Her husband? Just one of 180 defendants named in a sweeping federal lawsuit that claims millions were siphoned from insurance companies. Money that, let's be honest, could have gone toward real patient care, real suffering, and real needs.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run. These women tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
But Sunny? She's playing the silence game, sidestepping questions, keeping that poised exterior intact, and holding on to the image of a woman far too refined to get her hands dirty in the chaos swirling around her. You know the saying, when it rains, it pours? Well, this isn't just a drizzle. It's a full-blown monsoon of madness, with scandal falling like hailstones. While she sits comfortably in her designer chair on The View, sipping her coffee with the same calm she uses to dissect political drama, her husband is allegedly masterminding a real-life medical thriller. Think siphoning millions from insurance companies, performing, or pretending to perform, surgeries of questionable necessity, and cashing in on kickbacks that would make a mob boss do a double take. But sure, let's all just keep pretending it's business as usual, and this doesn't reek of courtroom drama in the making. And here's where the plot thickens. This isn't just about Dr. Hostin. Oh no, that would be far too simple. This lawsuit is more like a surgical soap opera meets criminal conspiracy. It stretches across multiple doctors, medical offices, and entire hospitals. It's as if a white-collar mafia traded in their briefcases for stethoscopes and launched a healthcare hustle. According to the plaintiffs, namely American Transit Insurance, millions were drained from their accounts for procedures that were either wildly unnecessary or never happened at all. And now, they're coming for payback. But don't get too comfortable, because this scandal is just getting started.
After last week, we learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history. And they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case. And they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
Just last week, things took a dramatic turn when it was revealed that Sunny Hostin's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, has been named in a sweeping lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. But he's not alone. He's just one of 200 defendants caught up in what's being described as a massive web of medical fraud and corruption. The accusations? Falsified insurance claims, shady kickbacks, and a fraudulent operation that's ballooned into what could be the largest RICO case in New York State history. The stakes? A staggering $450 million in damages. That's not pocket change, it's financial annihilation. But Sunny and Dr. Hostin aren't taking this lying down. They've brought in legal heavyweight Mark Garagos, known for defending the famous and infamous alike, to take the reins. Their stance? This lawsuit is nothing more than a baseless attack, and they're prepared to fight tooth and nail to clear their names.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
5 years.
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He
Exactly.
throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
According to reports, Dr. Hostin's attorney is coming out swinging, calling the lawsuit a desperate Hail Mary from a company allegedly teetering on the edge of financial ruin. Classic legal sleight of hand, right? When the walls start closing, in, deflect, and redirect. Fraud on our part? No, you're the real villain here. It's the courtroom equivalent of flipping the Uno reverse card. This blame the accuser routine may be textbook defense strategy, but watching it unfold in a $450 million RICO case? Now that's premium entertainment. And what about Sunny? The woman known for her razor-sharp takes and zero-tolerance policy on hypocrisy has suddenly hit the mute button. For someone who usually thrives on calling out power players, from presidents to Twitter trolls, her silence is louder than any monologue she's ever delivered on The View. No spicy one-liners, no fiery defenses, no attempts to set the record straight, just nothing. Is she trying to distance herself completely, hoping that staying quiet will protect her brand? Or maybe she's banking on the storm passing if she just keeps her head down long enough. But here's the problem. This isn't some low-level tabloid scandal. This is national news, with courtroom consequences and a long list of co-defendants. It's like watching a soap opera character get caught red-handed and then insist it's all a misunderstanding. Except instead of a forbidden kiss, it's an alleged multi-million-dollar fraudulent surgery ring. You can almost hear the suspenseful piano chords as the drama builds, and we wait, popcorn in hand, for the inevitable reveal.
Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah. I have a totally different perspective on this.
I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
It's just like
twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, Sonny, and this is Constantine Kissin actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not racist.
As for Sunny, she might want to start rehearsing a new line for her View audience. You know, folks, healthcare's a mess, and so is my personal life. But hey, who needs a spotless reputation when you've got an audience willing to overlook every questionable decision you make? At this point, it seems Sunny's about to lean into the drama, because let's face it, the suspense of her life right now is killing us. Sure, Dr. Host isn't guilty of anything yet, but the allegations? Well, let's just say they're as serious as a heart attack, and not the kind he usually treats. The longer this case drags on, the more The View starts looking like the least controversial place to be. Who knew that out of all the uproarious moments on that show, this racketeering, insurance fraud, and a wife wondering if divorce is cheaper than bankruptcy would become the most jaw-dropping storyline? Sunny Hostin, who once seemed like she had it all figured out, a cushy gig, a political platform, and a glittering career, now finds herself caught in a mess so absurd it might as well be ripped from a TV script. She's stuck in the eye of one of the wildest scandals in TV history, and right now, her only strategy is to keep quiet, hope the court case ends before it sinks her reputation, and pray she doesn't have to sell her View seat just to pay off the bills. So, what's next? For Dr. Host? Hold on tight because this legal roller coaster is only getting started. Will he somehow emerge from this fiasco unscathed, with a clean medical degree and a pristine conscience? Or is this the beginning of a truly epic downfall? A saga so wild? It makes you wonder if he'll end up writing his memoir from the inside of a courtroom instead of a surgery room. The suspense is unbearable. 1 minute, Dr. Host could be celebrating the fact that he's dodged yet another bullet, and the next moment, bam, a new twist drops, leaving us all gasping. Wait, what? Every day that passes brings new, jaw-dropping revelations, and it's almost like the drama's just getting warmed up. It's the kind of juicy tidbit that feels less like a legal case and more like a soap opera plotline. You almost expect Dr. Host to stroll into court wearing a leather jacket, throw on some sunglasses, and deliver a slow-motion line like, "This is just the beginning, baby." But in reality, what's next for him? Your guess is as good as ours. Every new detail only adds more layers to the mystery. Did he really think this whole thing could stay under wraps? Was he so confident he could pull off a multi-million-dollar insurance scam without someone catching on? It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You know it's coming, but you can't look away. And let's not forget Sunny. While she's sitting pretty, holding down her political commentary on The View, she can't avoid the fallout. Forever. Sooner or later, it's all going to spill over into her perfect little public image. Is she really going to remain the unscathed, bold commentator in the midst of all this? Or will her squeaky clean reputation start to show some cracks, just like her husband's medical empire? As the case unfolds, we can't help but wonder, will Dr. Host manage to escape with a not guilty verdict and a celebratory dinner at the town's fanciest steakhouse? Or will things spiral further, with new witnesses, shady hospital deals, and defense strategies that seem plucked straight from the pages of a legal thriller? Spoiler alert, if you're holding out for a feel-good courtroom victory, you might want to lower your expectations. And let's be honest, real life has a way of being more unpredictable and way more hilarious than anything those writers could dream up. If you're looking for a drama that's got all the twists, turns, and intrigue of a classic soap opera, minus the love triangles and with a whole lot more knee surgeries, this is your front row seat to a show you can't afford to miss.